Welcome back to some more Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops here on Random Conflux. I tried recording this earlier, and for some reason my microphone wasn't working, and luckily I caught it before I got too far, but it's still not good. I'm playing this on emulator, not because I don't actually have it, but because it's kind of hard to record the PSP. Not impossible, just a little hard. I don't have the thing to hook up to the TV or anything like that. Okay, first things first. We need intel. Did you get some kind of briefing before the mission? Yeah, the first recon target we were given during the pre-mission briefing was at Fort Bragg was here, a Soviet frontline patrol base. This will be our first target for information collection. I can take you there. I've got a good idea of where it's located. Well, more like I don't know where any of the other facilities are exactly. It'll do, so what's the plan? This place is packed with soldiers, the perfect target for our first recon. Get as much intel as you can. You should be able to extract useful information by listening in on the soldiers. Alright, we'll go with your plan. Looks like we make a great team, Snake. Alright, let's get moving. This place was packed with soldiers. Perfect target for a first recon. Get as much intel as you can. You should be able to extract information by listening in on the soldiers. I'm not going to leave just yet. Manage. Snake. Change equipment. I need to get rid of this. This and this. I don't need those, and I need mission. Yes, I know. Start mission? Yes. All right. We're here. Okay, now get that out there and suss the situation. You can learn a lot from what the enemy is saying. Just get close to an enemy and listen carefully. I know you can do it. When you're approaching the enemy, hold the triangle button as you move. That will muffle your footsteps during your approach. Got it. Something wrong, Campbell? No, it's just got dizzy for a second. You sure you're all right? How's the fever? I'm fine, and there are more important things to worry about. Take care of yourself. We can't afford to have you out of action now. Yeah, I know. Alrighty, let's go. Hola, paro. A weapon that can obliterate all major cities? Give me a break. You've been watching too many movies. Oh, this ain't no joke. I heard that American officer, the one our boss brought in, said something about it. You mean that tight-ass peg leg? You should have seen that bastard's face. When the topic of the weapon came up, there must have been something, that document that arrived from HQ the other day. Probably just has a bad case of the runs. I know I do. This ain't a joke. Look, I know what you're saying. Aiming that thing at our motherland? That just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, it's suicidal. But it's just a threat, right? A bluff? He's an expert at that sort of manipulation. I hope you're right. Do you ever wonder what kind of weapon we're really storing? Sometimes, but this ain't your run-of-the-mill nuclear missile we're protecting, that's for sure. I don't know why I gave the other one a southern accent. It made sense. Alright. You go sleepy pies. And you go sleepy pies. Everybody goes to sleep. Climb the ladder. Alrighty, can I see anybody? And there's a guy over there that I can't get to, I think. This isn't completely blind. Like I said, I did play it a little bit. I just never beat it. Anyone else? Yeah, I was smart and assigned the D-pad to the right analog for this game, so I have analog rotation. Because otherwise, it uses the D-pad to rotate the stick, and it's a little confusing. Yeah, how do you miss that? How do you not see me, sir? You are blind. There is a guard in here, I think. Yeah, he's right there. Okay, he should pass out in a couple seconds. There we go. Looks like you've obtained some enemy documents. Good work. Okay, hoof it back to the truck. We'll look over them after you get back. And that's the end of the mission. Yay! Snake, about those documents you found just now. Find anything interesting? You're not going to believe this. Try me. It seems the rebels are actually planning to activate the new weapon they stole. The documents outline details of a launch plan. The date and time aren't mentioned, but it looks like we don't have much time. No way, they're in the middle of negotiations with Washington and Moscow. Even assuming this launch plan is real, it's got to be a bluff to strengthen their hand. Maybe, but they exterminated us Green Berets, their own comrades, without mercy or remorse. I don't think they're too particular about means to an end. I hope it turns out I'm worrying too much, but if they're serious about this, it could ignite a global crisis. Snake, until we have a clear picture of what's going on here, I think we should assume the worst. Better to overreact now and laugh about it later than ignore this and live to regret it. I can't argue with you on that. Right now, we're the only ones in this peninsula in a position to stop these guys. It's our duty to act before the launch deadline. Yeah, you're right. Even so, the fact is there are only two of us and we can't do this alone. Got any ideas? Snake, when you were listening in on the enemy, did you get the feeling that maybe not everyone's satisfied with their commander? Yeah, some of them were griping about it. Tell me, how hard do you think it would be to recruit some of those soldiers over to our side? Recruit them. Exactly, we can use any grievances they have against their leader to try and persuade them to join us. Sowing discord among the enemy has been a basic element of psychological warfare since the time of Confucius, right? Play our cards right, and we might be able to find out what's really going on. What do you think, Snake? Sigurd was saying the same thing. Yeah, it might be worth a try. I knew I could count on you. Now, first thing we gotta do is choose a suitable candidate. So what exactly does that entail? Getting reports that soldiers aren't happy with their rebellion can also be found in other areas. That means you'll have to drag them back to the truck so we can have a friendly chat about them joining our little resistance. Go out and give it a try. Oh, and one more thing. We've learned the names of the enemy's Supreme Commander. Who is it? His name is Gene. 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 Okay, then let's get this mission started. Pick some place where there'll be enemies easy to convert. So where to, big boss? First things first. Mission. Soviet patrol base, that works. Your task is to find a soldier there who harbors a great grudge against Gene. Pay attention to what they say. Once you've found a promising candidate, capture him. Got it? Start mission? Yes. Let's review. We're going to scout for soldiers with grudges against Gene. Listen to what the enemy's saying, then once you've found someone ripe for the picking, grab him and bring him back to the truck. The best time to get them is when they're alone. Once you've got an enemy alone, knock that sucker out. Now, there are several ways to knock out an enemy. You can shoot them in the head with a 22, or put them in a chokehold. To execute a chokehold, first unequip your weapon so that you're barehanded, and push. To unequip the weapon, push the circle button once quickly. Then sneak up behind the enemy and push the square button to get him in a full Nelson. Once you've got his arms pinned, repeatedly tap the square button to choke the sucker. Sooner or later, he'll lose consciousness. You can also pick up the enemy and carry him around when you're barehanded by holding the square button, while positioned above his body. Then just drag the unconscious enemy back to the truck. That's it. Go get him. I have no idea what that item is. And I want it. Alright, come on, buddy. Taking you back to the truck. Here we go. Taking him back to the truck. Stay there for a second. I gotta see what's in here. It's worth it. Is there anything in here? Grenades, okay. And more ammo. I think I gotta... Yeah, my ammo's full. want you to listen to the guards and see, but the first one you pick is the right one, so it doesn't really matter.
You heal up pretty quick. Quick thinker, too. They trained you well. You're a good soldier.
Who are you?
Call me Snake.
Snake? Is that a code name? You must be with the Americans. Are you with the Fox unit too?
I'm not with the Americans or with Fox. I'm just a soldier.
Just a soldier? Then why?
We're here to stop Fox unit from going renegade. A member of Fox named Gene betrayed the US government and stole a top secret weapon. He plans to use that weapon and the warheads in this base as bargaining chips to negotiate with your country. But blackmail's more like it. We're here to put a stop to it. Our mission is to free the soldiers of the San Geronimo Peninsula from Gene's control and capture the traitors in the Fox unit. I can understand if you're afraid of Fox, but we need others to help us free the Soviet soldiers on this peninsula. Will you join us?
You're here to save us? And you want me to help you defeat Gene?
What's so funny? You think he's been brainwashed?
Brainwashed? Is that what you think is happening here? A fine joke. But I'm afraid you two have it all wrong.
Wrong?
We didn't rebel because of Gene. Our country betrayed us first. We have stood guard over this god-forsaken base, unable to reach our friends and loved ones because of the secrecy of our mission. The climate was brutal. The meals were meager. We watched as our comrades succumbed to disease or died fighting the Colombian government. And still we went on carrying out our mission, believing our efforts were all for the good of the motherland. And how did the motherland reward us? By stabbing us in the back.
You're talking about the Kremlin's policy shift. If the existence of this base came to light, the political fallout with the United States could fatally undermine Moscow's position in the strategic arms limitation talks that Brezhnev is promoting. That's why
we have no use for political rationales. What matters to us is that Mother Russia wiped this base from existence. And instead of allowing us to return home, the army erased all traces of communication and cut off our supplies. They sought to isolate the peninsula and make it look like this was all the work of a few out-of-control soldiers. We were abandoned by our own country.
That's why you decided to follow Gene?
Gene told us he would build us a nation. A nation not of soldiers, but for them. We do not follow Gene out of fear. He will deliver us justice. The only thing we fear is losing that justice. That's why we follow him, not you. You'll never be able to stop him.
Justice, huh? The meaning of justice can change from one day to the next. A professional soldier never brings justice into the mission. The only ones who need a reason to fight are the ones who fight for a living. That's what my mentor told me. Politics are fickle. They change with the times. So long as we remain loyal to our countries, soldiers like us need nothing to believe in. She died out of loyalty. Not to justice. Not to her country. To herself. For the mission.
Your mentor. The one who taught you the art of battle. Who was she?
They called her the boss. I killed her.
The boss? The legendary soldier? And Snake. You must be Big Boss. You're the hero who killed Colonel Volgin at Groznygrad.
Prove your loyalty as a soldier. That's what the boss told me. I still don't know what she meant.
Prove your loyalty. Not to justice, not to your country, but to yourself. Does Gene truly plan to threaten the motherland?
Yes. Snake procured documents from a patrol station that confirm as much. If launched from this base, The weapon Gene stole could deliver a devastating blow to every major city in Russia. I know it's hard to believe.
No, I believe you. Not as a member of the Red Army, but as a soldier.
I appreciate it.
I will follow you. Snake, give me my mission.
So, okay, Snake, what's the plan? Hey, Campbell, you sure you're alright? I'm fine. I'll get over it. Now, about the plan. If we're going to keep collecting intel, we need to pick up some more recruits. Of course, I'd recommend putting together a unit of 4 soldiers, but if you want to continue on with a smaller unit, that's your call. So we need 2 more. For now, let's just use the buddy system and pair you up with the one we just caught. You can organize your unit and manage over at the briefing menu. Push the X button to bring up the briefing menu and select manage. We'll put you and your new friend down as Team Alpha, alright? Our new recruit is registered as a rookie, so move that guy over to your team, Team Alpha. Don't forget, you've got Bravo, Charlie, and Delta teams you can fill too. Recruit more comrades and fill those ranks. Just remember that there will be plenty of missions that only you can lead, so make sure you move to that team before deployment. If you need more detailed instructions, push the select button and view the help screens. Alright, so go to manage. And let's see. I gotta find where the recruit is. Alright, if we look at his stats, he's private first class and dispatcher. Private first class means, hold on. I'm not sure what it means. It means that's just his rank, I think. But Rescuer means he drags enemy soldiers faster, so uploading him in the sneaking unit is a good idea. Because that means that we can get recruits faster. And also, something cool is if they have an enemy uniform, they can disguise themselves as the enemy, and they won't be as noticeable. They can run around the bases without getting flagged. Big Boss, Campbell's sick. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but his symptoms look like a form of tropical malaria I've seen before. What? The first bout has subsided. He's lying down here beside me now. Are you positive it's malaria? I know he took preventative drugs. I'm not a medic, so I can't say for sure. But judging by these symptoms, hey, don't try and get up. Snake, it's me. I'm in bad shape. Malaria. Who'd have thought? Take it easy, Campbell. What do we do now, Big Boss? The preventative drugs won't work. This could be just the beginning. If he's got some tropical disease other than malaria, then there's no telling whether we might start showing the same symptoms. Good point. I've got an idea. Keep an eye on him. Give me a minute to consult with my family doctor about treatment. Family doctor? Paramedic. Let's head for the communication space. Right, the communication space. Got it. Sorry to be such a pain in the ass, Snake. Save your strength. On the way, we'll keep our eyes out for new recruits. So going to the comm base. We need detailed info on malaria and its treatment methods, and we need to use the satellite communications facility. So this doctor paramedic can tell us what to do, right? Sneak into the base and make your way to the communications. Take care not to be seen. Symptoms have subsided for now, but there's no telling when I'll have another outbreak. Time is of the essence. I'm counting on you. Start mission? Yes. Alright, we're at the comm base. Good, you made it inside the communications base. They probably beefed up security, but you've got to stay out of the enemy's sight until you reach the communicator. I don't know how many more of these outbreaks I can take. We've got to find a cure, and soon. I know you can do it. Stop calling me. Big boss, let's go over how to switch team members. You won't be sneaking alone anymore, we'll be sneaking in together. I thought that going in alone was the whole point of a sneaking mission. Right, I know, going in all at once wouldn't be very bright. We'll move in one at a time and switch off as we go. What do people do when it's not their turn? We'll have them hide nearby. After all, there's plenty of cardboard boxes in the truck. Alright, I'm used to hiding in cardboard boxes. When you want to switch off against another team member, press the start button to bring up the map screen, then select member change. Then you'll be prompted to select a hiding point, a location on the map where you can hide. Choose a place to hide. Finally, choose a team member to switch with. Then you're done. Okay, we'll do that. From what I've seen, there are a lot of soldiers around here dressed like me. I should be less conspicuous than you. I used to be a record rescuer, so I'm pretty good at dragging people around. Meaning I'm perfect for gathering new recruits and make good use of me. And I'll show you that in a second. It's actually kind of cool. But he's not as good with the trank gun, so it's better to trank him with him.
Huh? What was that? Who's that?
Number change. And yeah, I got spotted. That's bad. Hi. And then I died.
What's wrong? Your circuit's gone dead. Give me a status report.
I'm gonna restart mission. That wasn't my brightest move. Yeah, him seeing me was bad, and I messed a lot of things up. But I can go right here. Switch to this guy. Okay, it's my turn now. Wow, called on by Big Boss himself. This is going to make a great story when I get back. Watch yourself out there. If a unit member is dressed like the enemy, they can slip through the enemy's guard as long as they don't act strength. Sometimes you'll see a blue chameleon icon appear at the top left of the screen. That means the enemy believes you're an ally, so they won't sound any alarms. Unfortunately, a legendary soldier such as yourself doesn't qualify for this special type of infiltration technique. Yeah, alright, show me what you can do. I'll keep listening from here and let you know when the enemies as far as I can. The red circles on the map screen are locations of enemy soldiers. They show us where the enemies around us are. Thanks, I'll put it to good use. Alright, here I go. Wish me luck. Alrighty, I'm in the box. The truck's right there. Snake is right there. And nice thing is I can grab him without sounding an alarm. Because of his ability, I can get there faster, because he's a lot faster than Snake at dragging soldiers. And that box right there is where Snake is. You can also drive him to the box instead of to the truck to save time, which is useful. But I'm using that on a further away enemy. Yeah, into the truck. Capture complete. Now we are looking for the base, which is, we need to be right there. Could also sneak around and get rid of all the soldiers that way. And 19 bullets, that's good. Okay, I need to be in there. I don't want to go in there just yet. Hi, buddy. Let's hug. There's nothing. You're okay. Yeah, some guards are better at CQC than others, or some soldiers are better at CQC than others, and that in itself is a thing. And if they're better at CQC than you can't knock them out just grabbing them. Which is a bummer. I know there's another soldier somewhere. I don't know where. Should be over here. Hi. It's nobody. You're okay. See, he saw me.
This is patrol. Enemy sighted. Requesting.
What happened? There's something wrong. Backup unit, check it out.
I just got here. I don't know what's going on.
What happened? Who's that?
Nobody. Where's the truck? The goal's not to kill anybody, but it's all good. He saw me. I had no choice. Now, since he's low on stamina, I'm going to go to switch over to Snake. Member change. And then also something you could do is instead of dragging them all the way to the truck, you can drag them to a box. Then you can call them, if it'll let me. Okay, never mind. That's not going to work. Maybe you have to unlock that. Never mind. If you drag soldiers to a box and call, then the other guy will take them and drop them off. You can also get rid of multiple soldiers that way. Instead of dragging them all to the truck, you drag them to a single box and call. Useful. Okay, now we got to go to the base. Sorry, buddy. Did it to yourself, but I'm still sorry. If you'd have left alone, it wouldn't have been a problem. Okay, everybody here? We're all set, Big Boss. Everyone's here. So, this family doctor of yours? Is she that good? Yeah, you could say that. She saved my life more than once. Snake, you came all the way back to the communications facility? You must really want to talk to me, huh? Yeah, actually I do. One of my men has come down with malaria. Malaria? Can you get some preventative drugs? Depending on the drug, it could be used to treat malaria even after symptoms appear. We've been using the drugs, but they don't seem to be working too well. You think it might be some other kind of disease? Wait, you said these were malaria symptoms? Yeah, no question about it. I got it. What? You know how people get malaria? Yeah, the virus is transmitted by mosquitoes, right? It's not a virus, it's a parasite. A parasite? You mean there's an actual bug inside his body? Exactly. In tropical malaria, the malaria parasites gestate within the female anthologies, mosquitoes, and are then transferred to the human hosts. Ordinarily, the drugs would prevent the symptoms from appearing. But there are different populations of malaria parasites in certain areas. The populations are drug resistant. You know what that means? That they won't work. Bingo. So the only way to treat it is to find a different drug that's effective against the particular population of malaria parasite. A different kind of drug. Try the local medical facility. They should have a supply, but you better hurry. You might also be infected with the same parasites. It's only a matter of time before you start to develop symptoms. Got it. And the mission is over. Big Boss, I need to talk to you. What's up? Paramedic was saying that we need some medicine to treat malaria. Yeah, if there's a hospital nearby, I'm sure it'd have a supply in stock. I know where we can find one. A hospital? Yeah, there's a hospital in the sector near my former squad patrols. I can tell you exactly where it's located. Must be my lucky day. Lead the way. Yes, sir. And one other thing. Go on. It's a small hospital with minimal facilities in the mountains, but just the other day I saw them bringing in a huge shipment of drugs and medical supplies. What for? I don't know. But what I do know is that this shipment was too big, way too big for a hospital of that size. Sounds suspicious. In any case, Snake, we better hurry to the hospital. They're going to have some malaria drugs there. I'm guessing it'll be a prime location to recruit new comrades with medical careers. Might as well recruit some new allies for battles ahead, right? Since you're operating as a team, you can all work together to get new recruits. For instance, when you knock an enemy out, you don't have to drag them all the way back to the truck yourself. Why not drag the body over one of your teammates hiding in a cardboard box? Let them do the rest of the work. Go and give it a try. Now get going to the hospital, find the malaria drugs, and recruit some medical staffers along the way. I will do that next time. Alright. Save game. Alright. If you guys like this series, please like and subscribe. I hope you all have a nice day, and thank you for watching. I enjoyed playing this. See you guys later.